conquer Earth or whatever, that the other Viltrumites go do it because they don't give a shit.
And they don't have any. They don't care about Earth in the same way. I'm going live. He just comes in when he comes in. I'm gonna go live because I want to start at 11.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
But but it has honestly been a treat to watch you guys like watch it and get hyped.
Well, I read the beginning of the comment and I did say that or at least for me, that like it's a little bit different from like how I feel about like between like how like manga and anime adapt stuff. Like obviously there are probably some things you would have preferred to do in the certain order. That's always kind of a problem. But I did like how I felt like they expanded. So let me like to see it animated. Motion was just at the very beginning because this was made in '04. I didn't even know it was that old, right? It's like '04, some shit like that. So seeing it in real time and kind of how they expand upon things. One thing I kind of wish they did, but I don't know. That's just probably a me thing. I gotta ask you. You probably better speak on it a certain degree when it comes to that stuff. As far as like fleshing out the motivation, for some of them, I just felt like they were kind of quick. Like Robot and Monster Girl, I felt like that could have been like slower, you know.
I feel like
yeah, I don't know. Like the pacing is weird in comic books for me to kind of like judge it properly. So I don't know. Properly. I just felt like it could have been slower. They didn't. I felt like they not rush, but like an extra scene or two, cause kind of like he felt for her in a way, and you could see that obviously. But I still feel like they could have had maybe like an extra scene or two. To transition better. Well, maybe that's just me.
We don't talk about all of it.
All right, bet. Yeah, we there now. So go ahead. Yeah. Lead on.
What's up, Zodiac? What's up, Abdul? Yes. Me. I will be talking about it the second time in totality. Not necessarily the comic book, but I meant like from the whole thing later on, and probably Sunday ago. I'll need to watch it. Omni-Man and Devil Best Dash for real. I'm gonna throw an Ariana in there. It's my man. Tell White go become a demon.
Yeah.
And come see me.
Nigga, get out of here. Yeah, get out of here.
I saw him on the monorail. He looked at me like he'd never.
But alright, let me
Yay! お兄ちゃん、peace, peace.
Oh shoot, my guy, Man 95. Let's go. Thank you for the subscription. 2 months.
All right. Nobody spoiled none of the comic book stuff. I'm not gonna look in chat anyway, but just don't do that for anybody who ain't caught up. Even though we talk about it,
yeah,
we just talking about the show.
We are going to keep this within just a show. I might like reference or like say something in a comic is different. I'm not going to specify. I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys in this. When I probably do it with Glam on the podcast, we might have a section where we could dive into the comics, but we'll see with everything. But how you doing today, Vince? How's everyone doing in the chat? How y'all doing? What's going on?
Well, I'm all right now. So we good. I'm not dying no more.
Oof. We need you to stay alive, please.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me see. My guy. Let's go. Young Vash in the chat. My cousin in the chat. Alright, let's get it. Doing good. About to eat some dinner. Hope you're all having a good day. Night. I actually had a good day. All things considered. I watched Demon Slayer again with my two of my friends. Well, I got the Popeye chicken sandwich. You know I had to get that the big piece of chicken between two bread. You know I had to get that. And yeah, had a good day. Omni-Man is more interesting than Superman. Is the first thing you see. Oof. Season 1 animation. Yeah, of course. I'm not gonna go anything. Yo.
Well, man, leave Superman alone.
Mark's Powers getting his ass beat. The show's preview, I guess. It has a good show to do. All right, man. Thank you for stopping by, Glam. All right. I mean, I'll start with the latest 2 episodes because we haven't talked about 7 and 8 or at all. But like, how did you feel in general about the latest 2 episodes that we got? Like, especially the finale and stuff.
I really like them. I really like how they went about it. Honestly, I probably like I didn't expect to like Cecil's role because everybody in the show be giving him shit, but I'm just like he's just doing his job. To be honest,
Yeah.
it's like I actually don't hate him. I understand what he's supposed to be, and like I understand people don't like that he moves like sneaky and he does shit, but I'm just like that's kind of his job. Like he's past being the bad guy kind of in a way. Like he gotta clean up all the shit.
Having like a security nigga like that whose job is kind of like planetary security and everything, you can understand why he's the way he is. So nothing he does or says actually ever bothers me. See, like obviously if I'm some people, I'm like, bro, you like what the fuck? But like at the end of the day, I've never been mad at him because like I understand his job is not easy, bro.
Right. So. But even if I was a hero, honestly, I really wouldn't even. I don't think I'd be mad at him because like his whole job is to be able to eliminate potential threats, even the heroes, for this particular reason. Because what just happened? Because they're just like, like at any point, you get some type of villain that got like a mind control or something like that. You got to know all the weaknesses. Keep inside project. I said, yeah, it makes sense. He doing things that seem to be morally corrupt and shit like that at times because he don't have no choice. And he doesn't seem to take pleasure in it or nothing like that. He just doing what he got to do. It's his job. Yep. So I really like him. The voice acting, especially in
Japanese,
in the last episode. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! That person's a criminal. But yeah, especially the last episode. It was really, really good. Yes, Mark does get his ass beat a lot, but to me that makes sense. I wish they did give him some more individual wins, but the way that they flowed the season and stuff like that, I didn't really have a problem with it. There wasn't really like no time because they focused on the big mystery of why did he do what he did. So it would have been cool for him to get more one-on-ones, but I understand why it did. The direction of the show specifically kind of took place like how regular TV shows kind of do. Regular TV shows kind of focus on a particular plot point instead of maybe like the totality of like everything that happens. And there's only so much time they have within an hour specification. Like you would have to probably add another at least 30 minutes to each episode to get good enough content to cover everything. So for what it was supposed to do, I felt like it was a really good show as far as like it got people interested in the comics. I'm not really an animation person, so I can't speak on that, but for the most part I felt like it was animated for the most part really well, except a couple of stuff here and there from some people comment on it that I was watching it with. I was like, okay, that makes sense. And voice acting was really good, and yeah, I think it did a job. I think it's an A+, or at least a B.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm with you, John. Cecil's always right. He's always right. The Mauler twins are the truth. I love them. Also, Rudy is the sim. I like the Mauler twins. They're not bad at all. My guy, Alan in the chat.
They're funny as shit, bro.
Monster Girls, bro. I'm okay. I like her. Isto Blue.
Ho ho ho. Naogiri.
What's hopping, my guy?
What's up?
What are your thoughts? Did you watch the latest episode? You watched it?
I literally like got it playing right now and like the back and shit. Right. But you already know I'm already read like
yeah I know. We talk about it on IG all the time.
Yeah, I'm more than halfway through the comics now, like at issue 93.
Mm-hmm.
But I personally loved it. I was actually talking to Simi about this earlier, and I wanted to piggyback off what Young Benitez had said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
The Aaron Vince. He said it was talking about like it did its job necessary because Sim was talking about like why change stuff in adaptation, this, that, and the other. And I was like, well, he was like, I guess it was to more so because people don't have a lot of patience now, and it's to get you in there and like pack it home and pack it quick because like he said, it is doing its job for the most part. Like, yeah, adaptations usually like vary, but I was explaining to him, it was like it's kind of like how it did what like Juju Babadoodoo and Midget Yaiba did. Is like the sales are boosted because of the animation, and it's doing its job. So it's like they may have changed some stuff around, but it works in the sense that you're a comic book head and you've read a lot of comics, but the format for storytelling is different, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in this is that I can see why he switched it up to why he did, so it's more consumable, and people can just jump right into it. So it's just a good Western animation. You watch in the first episode, like you be like, oh shit, and you keep watching, it keeps getting more fucking like realistic gas, and it's like, no, oh shit, this shit's fucking hitting, and it's just packing it home, because it hits all the important story points. It's just how we get there is a little bit different.
Yeah, a little bit different. I would say the pacing's a little different. They've changed around some stuff. Some things I just understand in general because of the time we live in. This came out of like this aired. Wow, started being published in about 2003. I want to say, around 2003. So times were different around there. Now we have to have a lot of inclusionism, so they changed some genders and races of characters and stuff like that. So little things like that's how they didn't mind because Amber's white in the comic. For anyone who doesn't know that, stuff like that. Hold on. It said I'm in pain. It said I'll think damages for his mental health while reading this comment. Black excellent, but Eve, that's the premium milk. You already know. We Adam Eve gang. We always have been, always will be. She's the GOAT. I'm a chapter 114 and I'm hurt. Oh, hey, that's how it be. That's how it be.
Hey, man, I'm at 93. I'm still. I'm like,
that's a good question. By the way, Sykes. What would you guys say is your favorite character so far? From what you Vince, because you only read the thing so far, really, or watched it. Like, who's your favorite character? And East, if any of your favorite characters are not in season 1 of the show, don't name them yet.
Okay.
That might teach.
Omni-Man himself is up there because I just like how much. I mean, he showcased the most. So Nolan's probably 1. 2, Cecil, because like I said, I just kind of like him. 3, what's the alien guy's name? He was funny.
Alan.
I like Alan. He's funny as shit. He was only there for 2 seconds, but he's funny as shit.
Yeah, I was going to ask him. I was like, I'm trying to make sure in my head. I'm like, I don't want to spoil this. Alan's in the season, right? Like,
remember, Alan comes to Earth thinking it's Uarth. So yeah.
Yeah, that shit was so funny.
Yeah.
Alan's my favorite character for anyone wondering. Then it's Adam Eve. Those are my 2 favorite characters.
Oh, really?
Eve. A lot of the side heroes, honestly, I wish they would have gotten more like showcase. And I'm not talking about fighting. I just needed to see more of them. I think that's one thing in this season that it felt like it was kind of lacking. Because Robot gets pretty good showcase. I feel like Eve at times got pretty good, but they kind of I felt like they put a lot of her shit in at the end of the season. You get her at the very beginning with the stuff with Rex and all that, and then you get her at the very end. But she's kind of missing in this whole middle portion for me. I felt like she had a lack of stuff. The Mauler twins were pretty good too. So I mean, honestly, it's kind of funny. I kind of like all the villains and stuff like that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I just needed more of the heroes, to be honest.
I think the comic does that a lot better. Like for teens, they get a lot more. I want to say fleshed out, or you get a lot more moments with them and see their characters more. Yeah. So in the comic.
What I could say with the first season a little bit is you could what I would say is with Mark, you can kind of if you want to be lazy, you can kind of split his stories into a Superman, Spider-Man type thing. And when I say Spider-Man, I really mean the balancing of your life with the superhero stuff. And I feel like the show really leans into that part with the first season, where I feel like the first season very much feels like literal groundwork for everything later. Acclimating you with the characters, the world, some of the, obviously, now you guys, I can say Viltrumite finally, now that you guys know what that is. I can finally say that. Knowing about things of that nature, and obviously Omni-Man's real purpose on Earth and everything. So, I felt like I knew the season was going to end there. There was no other place to end it. So I knew that was going to be Mark versus Omni-Man. Well, if you want to call it that. Omni-Man beating his son's ass.
I watched one clip online, right? But you know I already passed that point a long ass time ago. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking at these clips. I'm like, bro, he packed this nigga way more than he did the college. It was not really this bad.
You could tell that the people who are making the show or whatever, they kind of understand a little bit more of the contemporary mindset when watching something, where I feel like they hammed up that emotional part a little bit. Because even if you think about when Omni-Man takes out the Guardians, he ain't struggle like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they're trying to do certain things just to make the the mindset a little different for the people who are just watching. So I don't want to like.
That was good. I think that was a positive though. I can't speak on it completely, but
Mhm.
I always think that if you're in the show, I always think it's a positive to as much as possible
I don't like
make an
Rex.
emotional impact on your viewers.
Darko
And so
Shisui.
I thought they
Thank you for
did
the
really
follow.
good with that.
Like I said, I was talking to sounds like, yeah, in this case, not adapting one to one actually helps in their case because you know it's getting it, these quick 7 things like quick 8 episodes. It's really hitting home and this brutality. That's what a lot of people like. Like I said, like niggas was all like, "What's the gas about Invincible?" Every tweet I seen relating to Invincible when the first episode came out was like, "Yo, that ending, yo, that ending, yo, that ending, when the ending." And they keep going. It's like, yo, every time somebody's talking about it, it's always about the brutality of Mark getting fucked up or what they do. And it's like, hey, yo, I'm fucking with this, but I think they played to the brutality in Invincible and like gas it up even more so.
Thank you for the sub, G. I appreciate it.
So I'm pretty sure that was definitely a smart move, as we can see now.
It really could have like I mean I don't know how this stuff works behind the scenes. It really could have benefited from an extra 5 episodes, honestly.
But
It should have been 12, 13 episodes.
You think so?
Well,
I
yeah,
probably
because
would have made the first season longer. Yeah, I actually don't mind that. I probably would go 10, but
it still should have ended at the same point. But like I said, I haven't completely read all the comments. But here's some of my problem, right?
Go ahead.
That whole storyline in the middle section, with Mark helping old dude, and they getting their ass beat by Battle Beast and shit like that. I'm just like, damn, that shit happened quick.
Yeah, it went way different. Like in the comments, that was like built up a little bit more. It was like a little way different, right?
Yeah.
Because I just recently.
That's probably my least
like
favorite like insertion different thing they did. I didn't need that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. That's what I said. Yeah, so that little middle part, and then it's like Battle Beast was raw. I really fucked with him. He was really cool. But at the same time, it's like
Beast is legitimately certified. Don't worry, he's that nigga.
Yeah, I felt like he was, but it's just like it's like they kind of did that. They did that, but then it's like after they did that, I had a whole bunch of questions. It's just like, where did this nigga come from? They got this whole fucking alien nigga who waxed at everybody, and then it's just like, okay, everybody just got their ass beat, and it's like, where do we go from here? Because just like now they need to like approve upon that, and now it's just like everybody gotta look at themselves in the mirror and shit like that, because they all got waxed, and like. I felt I don't want to say like they glossed over it, but it was just like they transitioned to some other shit. They were like, all right, we got to go do something else.
Yeah. I do appreciate the show for some of the character interactions, but I feel like they were there in the comics, like him and his friend and stuff. Like they were there. Just you kind of perceive time differently a little bit when you're reading it. Like reading a line of dialogue and waiting for it to be spoken just kind of hits you a little differently. So.
Right, that's what I said. It's tough. That's what I said. I don't really know how to.
At the end of the day, while the adaptation, I think for the most part stays true to the core of what Invincible is, and like it hits on all the major story beats when it needs to, it's different. But I don't think it's bad different. Like I don't think it's a bad adaptation at all. I just don't think it's the same thing. But you always hear me say you shouldn't do a one-to-one adaptation. Don't just take the panels and throw it on the screen. You should use the advantages of your media the medium to your advantage. Yeah. And I think they did that because they had to change around certain things just to make it more consumable for a TV audience. This is not a comic book, even though it's a comic book adaptation. So I have no issue with how they handled most of the stuff here. But
that's what I will say and attest to it. Like if you don't, okay, like let's look like this. An manga is always selling, right? Like let's take a popular manga in Japan right now. Let's say, okay, no matter how you feel about Chainsaw Man, it's fairly popular, right? So then in Japan, they usually try to do a one-to-one adaptation, or you want a one-to-one adaptation because animes, like mangas, fairly regular consumed medium in Japan, right? Mm-hmm. But in America, Western comics, although even like some of the biggest ones, they're not always the same. Like, Walking Dead comic isn't as viewed or as consumed as the TV show was back in the day when it was like top selling one, like when it used to be before, season 7 it went down the drain. Fuck naked. Shout out to Steven Yeun, who's actually voices Invincible, Mark. But it's like, here, if you just think about it from a marketing standpoint, it's definitely doing its job because the sales have recently went up and this, that, and the other. Like, and then, like you said, like Kirkman and Oli and all of them were like kind of had like a hand in it too.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, all right, it's not just like, okay, it's a new nigga and he's just ruining the entire thing. It's like, yo, what are you doing? This, that, and the other. It's like, all right, let's get people really invested and we know how to work. Let's play this smart. Let's work the medium and let's work the audience and what's with the times. People are in the more gory, edgy, or faster paced stuff because niggas don't like to wait around. Like y'all said, I can't see like you Vince and Simi said, like, it's hard for me to sit around watching a live action for like 40 minutes to an hour.
Mm-hmm.
But
I feel like you got more interested in the plot line necessarily though than like the characters in this way when you adapted this way.
exactly. So he just they kind of sped up like they hit a lot of the plot points, but they kind of sped it up instead, like unlike the comic did, it kind of sped it up and tried, all right, we hitting this point, this point, this point, and you get the gist of it. But it's like, all right, let's add to this a little bit more though, and let's gas this part up more than it actually was, or swap this around. So like, all right, we still getting a decent adaptation. Like if you're just watching it, people that's just watching it kind of don't really have an issue. But if you read the comics, it's like they don't really have an issue, but they can see if you see it from a different mindset, it's quite different than like because you like Vince, you're always open minded. You're never too pig headed. Just like so you can always kind of see what people are aiming for, even though you haven't read the comics fully, but you can kind of see what they were aiming for and give them the benefit of the doubt at certain aspects.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, like
playing it up like that point.
I'm like 4 issues in, so like you can tell when they chose, and that's another reason why I said it needed another 4 or 5 episodes. Because when they chose to focus on a person, it was pretty good. Like I honestly think like Mark's mom Debbie, I honestly think like their focus on her was really good.
Yeah,
because she's not a superpower being. Like she's not like she plays her part in the story obviously, but she's not a superpower being. And I thought they did a really good job. Oh, go ahead.
What I appreciate about Debbie is a lot of times when I'm watching shows with like something or reading something like there's a tragedy or a character goes through something. Let's say a character with something traumatic. I'm not going to specify what, right? But something that I've always kind of been interested is obviously the victim is a victim and you want them to do better and get through the PTSD traumatic moment. But I've always wondered about the people around them and how they kind of deal, internalize certain things. So having 2 superpowered beings in your house and you being the normal one, but you're still a parental figure, and having her be so prominent in the forefront, I think is really good for the story. Like I like that a lot. Like I actually like Debbie a lot earlier. Like I like Debbie in the comic a lot, but that comes a lot later. Like I like Debbie almost frame 1, from the Invincible show. I think they did.
Yeah. They did a really good job with her. Like she felt very real.
They called her a pet in 4K. We're gonna get to there in a second. Sorry, go ahead. My bad.
But she felt very real, and it was just like she was like, and that's a very real reaction when you find out that somebody close to you is a murderer or just a criminal in general. Like, even if you process that, you still want to know why. You still trying to process it just like, okay, maybe they had some type of reason or something like that. And she just want to know why, like, what the fuck, man? Like, what?
Like, you got
17 years, too.
Yeah, you got a question, is everything I know a lie, or is there actually something within there? And I won't spoil, but, just like, it's a question you ask yourself, like, bro, as like the last, everything we did, this time we spent together, was it all just a fucking sham? Like, who are you? Like,
and also she specifically taught him everything he knows about Earth. It worked too. She like literally like raised her son to be a human and raised this nigga to integrate in human society. So it's just like she has like, and so and also at some point, she probably feels like a second, even deeper thing other than being his wife, obviously. But it's just like, I thought I did the best I could to make him like love humans and shit like that, and he just killing people so effortlessly and stuff like that. Like that's gotta be a different type of hurt to some degree. And also, he beating the shit out of your son, something that you fucking made with me. Like she was playing like that. Really, that part they were talking about in 8, but she was just talking about. Because when the show wanted to, it had some really good dialogue with certain stuff. It was just like talk about like what being a parent was and stuff like that. Because as far as we know, Nolan don't have no other kids. as far as we know, but he kind of insinuated that maybe he does or whatever because he's
Thank
just
you,
like, I can
Mickey.
just make
I
another
appreciate
one.
that, by the way. Mikey
He
said
can,
thank
he's
you.
like, I can make another one. Oh, okay.
Not you.
So it's like, yeah, so stuff like that.
Yeah. So let's get to that point since we're here now, right? First of all, I want to ask anybody here, anybody in the chat, whether I don't care how you experience it, whether it was the comic, the show, Sheldon comic. Did you see it coming? Were you shocked?
With Omni-Man.
I mean, man, like when that moment, like I'll speak for myself. I didn't trust him. There was something off about him. Don't get it twisted. Especially when Mark got his powers, he started acting a little different. I could tell. Right?
Yep.
But if you said, hey, did you like guess exactly what his role here was? No, I didn't get that far. I just knew something was up with him. You know.
I think for me, I didn't catch it off of me, but I thought it was like, because I can't remember in the comic if when he folded the Guardians, did they showed it was him, right? Like at the end.
Yes, we knew it was.
Because I think in the comics they kind of like they like shadowed his figure a little bit more longer than that.
Yeah.
And then they had him get beat, but I almost felt like they didn't have like the same way in the comics because he just tried to like play it up a little bit more, and like the end of the thing. But like you can see in the show, I think you really got to taste that like he wasn't good because they kind of like made him a lot more distant and cold and an asshole. Like even in like they specified in that one episode focus on how he gut punched the fuck out of Mark. And he just didn't know how to react, and it was like, "Yo, what's good with y'all?" And then he just acting all different and fuddy duddy. It's like, bro, shouldn't you be fucking happy? I think in the animation, you could definitely see there was something off about this nigga a lot more than
Yeah. I agree with that.
That's
And a little bit of the comic that I read in the comic book, the small bit, he seemed to be more like
They hide it better. It's
yeah,
much more subtle. I think you'll see it if you read it again. Like you'll see it, like one of those things with the foreknowledge. You'll pick up on stuff you didn't pick up the first time, but it's way more implicit.
Yeah, he also just seemed to be like a lot more confused. Like when you talk about he was generally like scared and stuff like that. Like in a comic book, they do a better job of not like East was saying, like not kind of making him seem like such a fierce demeanor. In the anime show, he feels really fierce. Like he has a certain darkness around him that is just like, yeah, like I don't know if like you could get too close to him. He does not seem very approachable.
I do want to read what my cousin said because I thought this was interesting. He said that he didn't guess that like Omni-Man was going to be whatever. He thought that Viltrumite DNA just made you a little bit angry and wonky because you see Mark kind of get mad and stuff too, right? And go crazy.
Oh, I was going to speak on it.
So he thought that was why Nolan was like that. Like he thought the biology of that would make you a little angrier and stuff. I'm like, okay, so like that was the interesting take. Like one thing I gotta say, just for everybody in the chat and everyone here, it has been a true pleasure watching everybody freak out episode to episode. And I'm like, bro, we ain't do nothing. Ain't nothing happen.
Bro,
this is the preseason. Ain't shit going on.
You know what? This is like pregame. Like I don't know how that be like that the sports stuff. Like y'all.
This is the summer league, dog.
Yeah, like I'm like, cause I'm like, yo, how the fuck we go up from here? And then like you get past a certain point, you're like, all right, how the fuck do we go up from here? It's like, all right, listen, we can't go any crazier than this. Then blank proof. And then it's just like, bro, how do we go up from here? And it's like, all right, nigga, don't worry. We still going up. Like, all right, you know what? Walker, Oatley, and Kirkman, take the pen away from them niggas. Because that fucking team right there, them niggas out of pocket.
Yep.
Them niggas just don't stop, bro. It just keep going. I'm excited to see what season 2 will look like.
I wasn't particularly shocked that this is the way it led. Because I already knew. When he told him the backstory, at least for me, but that's probably because I've just experienced so much shit, I kind of knew something was up already. I was like, because really, the moment that he told him, he was like, "You got your powers, like for real." Because like for me, that basically, I didn't know like exactly what the role was gonna be because I'd be lying if I said I did, but I knew that it played a part that like, oh, Mark got his power, now everything gonna change.
Yeah,
because the way I was looking at it,
you also said there like it might have been better if it never happened because now with the two Viltrumites things kind of get but
yeah, because the way I was looking at it like, okay, like the Viltrumites might have some type of some type of bloodline or something in them where it's just like, they are definitely more than what it seems. Especially when they're talking about we run around helping other galaxy and stuff like that. Cause the way I probably was looking at it, if I had to think about it, I was thinking maybe he was just like, oh, now that Mark got his powers, like we gotta go. Like we gotta leave Earth now. And that's probably more of how I was looking at it. Like, we can't be here anymore because if the other Viltrumites find out like we hear something like that, then we gotta fucking do something to Earth or some shit like that. So I was kind of like halfway right in that regard because just like I was thinking maybe because I didn't think he was gonna do what he did when we get to the 8th episode, how he just ruthlessly just started killing people with no regard for human life at all. I was kind of thinking if he was gonna look at it like Mark, like, okay, now that you're doing this, like we gotta leave because the other Viltrumites are gonna be like, y'all can't, like, I thought you supposed to take over the Earth already or some shit like that. So I thought he was gonna like force them to leave or some shit like that. That's kind of how I was looking at it.
I did have sadist DNA like Viltrumites have angry DNA. Listen, man. I'm not necessarily enjoying y'all pain. I am a little bit, but because I know how it all ends, so I know how to feel about every plot point. But it's just nice seeing like the TL really read some fucking comics, bro. That's all I need. I'm tired of this fucking manga shit. It's whack. No, I'm kidding. But you see, I'm cackling in the dark while we down bad.
No, that angry point was a good point because I was gonna ask you after I was gonna ask you one more thing. I was like, I always felt like that Mark fought better when he was angry. Yeah. Like he all of a sudden he got like really strong because it was just like
aggression is a big part of how they fight and whatnot. But obviously, if you can't temper your anger, it'll destroy you. So but you'll see, guys will see. You'll see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it did feel like that important because they put emphasis on it too. Because it's like he immediately would get, but that didn't mean he would win. But he would immediately get better at fighting as he was angry. Because every time he wasn't angry, he wasn't that great.
Yeah. Is East
also, I really wanted to
Invincible? For me, it is. Invincible, as much as I like it, is not one of my favorite image. I can't say that. It's probably top 10, but it's not in my top 5.
I would love to see East or West as an animated show.
It's not in my top 5. I think it's supposed to be a live action, I think, but that's I could tell what East of West, I would be way more picky because it's literally my favorite comic book. Anything that's off is gonna piss me off. So I don't even know if I want to see them try.
East of West though too. I felt like not that there's not a lot of stuff to cover, but I feel like it should be in theory if they actually do what they're supposed to do. It would be easier to cover if you focus on the right shit.
Listen, man, you guys know I love to see Xiao Lian Mao.
Man, listen,
bro, they could put an incredible commentary and narrative on some of those. But Archibald, Xiao, man, I go crazy for those two, especially.
It's not about setting a high expectation, Joni, because they're fundamentally much different stories. But I just like East and West a lot better. I think it's just it's done, it's completed. I'm kind of a fan of completed shorter stories that don't drag too long. It's just I don't know. I there's nothing doesn't have for me.
Hey, listen. Speaking of completed and shorter stories, hey man, Brian K. Vaughan.
Saga? It's not coming back. Just give up. We're not getting Saga ever again. It's gone. It's gone forever.
Listen.
Fiona do other shit too.
I be laughing at fucking the Gray Man, Berserk, fucking but nigga.
Listen.
Fuck me on the tables in Brian K. Vaughan, bro. They left us in the dark.
I make fun of people who are waiting for next chapter of Black Lagoon, The Gray Man, Berserk. Like you said, all of that. Meanwhile, I have not read a chapter of Morning Glory since 2015, nigga. 2015, I've been waiting.
I'm like, hey man, I'm like, all right, bro. I understand you want to take a break, do something else, nigga. I don't even know how.
Yeah, you already know issue 22. Yes, sir. They saying Naya got TOG season 1 Invincible season 1. Talk about the anime, hell no. Hell no. I don't know. If Targon don't come back, I'm not gonna hold y'all. I'm good. Kubera out.
But actually, this actually interested me though, because there's something that I Vince on mute. Fuck. Well, I'll wait till he come back because it was something I wanted to get.
I'm here. The dog's barking.
Yeah.
So.
After Invincible, it's Sandman and Monsters time. That's what I like to hear. That's
All right, well, so
wait, Vash, hold on. I love Black Lagoon, but I have a saying, a motto. If it don't come out, it's mid. So I have to conserve energy. Black Lagoon's in my top 30. I love that shit. Go ahead.
Hey, fair enough. But there's something that interests me because Vince consumes and reads a lot of things. So when I heard Vince was like, you know, he was kind of, you know, whatever, like, you know, like, I'm just about to peep this with Shisui, you know, I'm gonna see how it is. And then he watched first episode, he was really intrigued. I was like, oh, so this actually caught Vince's attention. Like, it's interesting because I wonder because Vince has read so much stuff like that. He seems kind of more like over everything. Like, you know, now I know you could read like Monstrous, you still got your favorite ongoings, but for Vince, I just feel like he just be reading stuff and he'd just be like whatever, a shot in the dark. So I want to get
Monstrous is the best comic to me.
To be honest, to me, it's second. I have it second, but I'm not. It's not like I don't have to kind of fight that. Like, nah. I was going to let it end first before I judge. I was like, I'm let it end first. But
problem with Monsters,
Takeda, yeah. Go ahead.
Oh no, I said my only problem with Monsters kind of a similar problem I kind of have with Kubera. I said Monsters, like I think I enjoy a little bit more. It's just long, boy. It's a lot of shit, boy. It's a lot of lore. She got a lot of points.
Yeah.
The art is insane,
but it's so well constructed, you know. So it's just. But how did you guys feel about Omni-Man's cruelty? Like, that's probably, I think it's one thing to know his motivation is like, hey, you know, we got this is how our way of life is. This is how we'll treat you. Like, look at these people, stupid idiots, dumb. When I seen a joke tweet, they were like, there's no future, there's no plan, there's no aggression.
I do that shit. They're like, Omni-Man talking about humanity, no passion, there's no aggression,
there's no aggression. I was like, bro, I was dying. He was like, yo, look at these people. They trash. Fuck them. And I was like, we are garbage. Is he wrong?
The funniest shit, though, that come out of this is the think, Mark, think, because they played the beat. You know how like any woman, right?
Yeah.
But they're switching up to do other shit. So it's like they got Omni-Man over Mark, and then they switched it to MHA, and they had a different face on Omni-Man.
Yeah, I see that.
We're making some passing show, don't think. I'm sorry,
because I think one of the things with this is like, it's like, okay, this might sound a little fucked up, but bear with me, right? Sometimes when a family member in my family passes away that I don't really know, I don't feel bad. I feel bad that my parents feel bad about it, but I don't know them. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
I think it's one thing for Omni-Man, be like, oh, Omni-Man's evil, blah, blah, but to see him kind of beat the shit out of his son, call Debbie a pet, and all that, is like, is that extra, like, layer of cruelty that hits? I really think that we could have got over if he was just like an evil alien dude and he like flew away, but it's like, my wife's a pet. You know, fuck about these niggas on this planet, all you fucking human filth, beat the shit out of my son, and I dip. You know, like. So.
Not like that's like a different type of breed, because it's like, all right, y'all be talking about shitty fathers. Y'all talking about shitty fathers because they abandoned their kids or they put them in a little bit of danger. This nigga Omni-Man created an entire fake family, 17 years, lived this entire life, and it was just like, man, listen, all these niggas ain't shit. Mark, you don't
I didn't feel like that because of the ending. They had that little tear, that little wet drop shit. So I already knew it.
You could tell it was still kind of hard for him. It's 17 years of your life that you spent here integrated. Right? Wait, Vince. Speak of what you sorry, Ethan, cut you out. Speak about what you were saying earlier, because I like what you had to say about like what you felt about Omni-Man and when we started the stream.
Shit!
You remember what you were saying?
Oh no, he can help me out because I forgot.
You were talking about like not that it's cap, like that he's cap, but like you could tell that you were thinking like, you know, if I do it as I do it, you know, the rest of my race may not, you know, be as nice.
About yeah. Well, to me, it felt like the moment that he realized that Mark was of age and got his power, and that 2 Viltrumites were gonna be on Earth, you knew something was gonna be up, because you gotta think about it like this. It's not like the Superman, because the Superman thing, the reason that was fine is because everybody on Superman's planet was destroyed, right? He's the only one left. Well, my thing is, there are other Viltrum.
But yeah, I got you.
Oh, well, yeah. But you know, that's how they feed. But like with him, other Viltrumites exist, and if they're traveling the worlds, quote unquote, even if you're saying that like, oh, like, you know, I volunteered for this world, you're telling me that none of them are gonna come visit your planet eventually to come in contact with you, or they're not going to contact you at some point if they don't come visit directly. So that's how I already knew that, like, when he realized that Mark got his power, he was like, all right, we're gonna have to leave, or we got to leave or something. Because like he knew.
Go ahead.
And then like the last episode kind of confirmed that, because it was just like, bro, it reminded me, like, this is crazy. Like it really reminded me kind of like DBZ with the beginning of the Saiyan saga with fucking Radix and fucking Goku. He's like, you didn't take over this bitch yet? Like, that's what you were sent here to do. And so it felt like, you know, that was kind of his thing. He's like, they sent you here to do that, and you ain't done that yet, so he had to do that. And I think part of the reason why he was training Mark is because it was just like, okay, like, you know, like, we kind of, you gonna have to be able to like deal with some shit if some shit happened to me or something like that, because like they gotta come here and they expected us to do a certain job, and like I ain't do that. So like, you gonna have to be able to do that, or we gonna have to be able to do something. So like, and then he's just like, he had to, and in what way? Cause just like, yeah, still what he did is super fucked up, especially from a moral standpoint. But at the same time, I felt like he kind of had to do this too, in a way, because they weren't gonna let him slide and let his family live if he didn't show no results. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Like, so, right? Sorry, hold on a second.
So it's like, you came to Earth, and instead of taking it over, you made a fake family here. All right, you gonna do that? We gonna destroy it, and we gonna destroy the planet.
Yeah.
So it's like, it kind of felt like he had to do that, because if he didn't, and if he didn't beat the shit out of Mark, like, I mean, yeah, it's definitely overkill. I'm not justifying.
It almost like seems to me like the way that you're framing it in a similar way that one of my friends was framing it, where it's like, it's better if Omni-Man and Mark do it than if the actual Viltrumites come and do it themselves. It's like, almost like if there was an option to take over it in a peaceful manner, you would think like Omni-Man could maybe do it more peacefully. But if Viltrumites come, they just come and destroy everyone until Earth actually bends the knee type beat, right? So I could agree. Let me try it real quick. Viltrum supremacy, yeah, we out there. Abdel pointed out already. There's some subtle hints he showed he was struggling with it. But here's the thing though, Zodiac and Abdel and like you guys and you, Vince. Do you think he's struggling with it in the sense that he actually cares more about what he did on Earth, or struggling with it because it's gonna be hard? It was hard for him to have to kind of rip the bandit off like that. But he's going to do his mission as a Viltrumite. Where are you guys?
The second part, because of the his speech about loyalty and stuff. Because you think about it, if he was really struggling with it, I don't think he could have killed humans quite that easily. He did it so easily. Like, he took Mark's face and literally threw it into a train full of people and eviscerated them like that. Like, that is something you can only do when you're used to killing people. He don't see them as nothing.
Yeah.
But I think it's hard to like reveal the mission like that, because you know that's not something that like, because you also know the last episode he was struggling how to even have the conversation. He's like, how the fuck do I tell these niggas like I was supposed to kill everybody, and like that's easy. And some people just have the motion to reveal themselves like that, because he's born on a planet full of that. I don't think they look at killing and conquest the same way as like like all that morality and shit. Because you gotta realize at the end of the day, he's an alien. All that morality and shit that we care about as humans, they don't necessarily care about like that. He was born into that. He was raised into that. That's just part of the mission. He only feels kind of struggling now is because he's been on there 17 years. But even then, if he didn't have Debbie and Mark, it'd have been easy.
Yeah,
I felt nothing. Look how easy he took out the Guardian. They were never his friends anyway. He never really gave a shit about them.
He's trying to weaken the whole planetary defense with that. But Okay, that's interesting. Problem is, I don't really want to answer because I've read it. Oh yeah, you did read it. I almost forgot for a second. You're caught up. I forgot you read everything. But I don't want to spoil nothing. But yeah, lots of giving. I don't actually believe Omni-Man believes in the cause. Okay, that's interesting. They see conquest as an evolution. I thought Pure Life said something earlier. You think he actually cares? That's interesting. I have no. I don't know the answer. I don't have the answers. You know what I'm saying? I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing.
Guilty. That nigga is guilty.
Yeah, but going up against your own race by yourself, yeah, that's suicide. Like he knows he'll die. Just him and Mark is not ready. Like one thing that I do think the show did that's interesting is they make Mark kind of seem like kind of weak, whereas I actually never got that impression with him. Throughout the comic books, I just thought he was inexperienced more so than he was weak. But I felt like they nerfed him a bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't think he was weak until like this. I think that the stuff with I don't remember their name. The nigga who was making the modifications on humans.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like that wasn't a good look.
Yeah.
Like he's a Viltrumite. Like even if these guys are more troublesome than the average human, at the end of the day, he's a fucking Viltrumite. And it's not even like I fully understand the worth of that yet. But it just felt like, it was just like, oh, come on, man. Like, he should struggle with them. But at the end of the day, he should still beat them. Like, the stuff with Battle Beast, I was fine. Because Battle Beast was a whole nother alien. Mm-hmm. We don't know how strong that race is or whatever.
You brought something that I like, that I feel like kind of goes over some people's heads. It's like, there's a very stupid scene in Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, where when Peter Quill's dancing. That's never upset me. Do you know why? I could genuinely comprehend if you were some alien race that doesn't understand music or dance or anything of human nature, and this nigga start dancing in front of you in the most dire of moments. You'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? What is this? like certain aliens, like, you know, like through Marvel and DC and certain combos, they can't, you know, like, oh, even what's his name, Drax, he's very literal. You know, metaphors and stuff like that go over his head. You know, like some things they don't feel compassion. Think of like a Vulcan from from Star Trek. They're like very logical and reason based. They don't really care for emotion. Like, so having a Viltrumite have a like mindset like this makes sense because they're not human. They're just different. They grew up and were built and socialized different. So I understand that clash there. It's trying to find some type of common ground where things would get interesting, but I actually thought you brought up a good point with that. That's true. It's interesting. But yeah,
it's just like I consume a lot of this stuff, so I have things to kind of like compare it to, you know, what I'm saying. It's just like when you have to look at a lot of things, because sometimes you don't, when you read it or watching something, sometimes you have to take like that step back and think about, like, you got to really think about it, because he's not even an alien that grew up on Earth in his younger years. He was already old when he got here.
Yeah. It was like Goku or some shit, or like, you know, it's like,
yeah,
Goku's an Earthling. Yeah, he's from Planet Vegeta, but he grew up on Earth. This is his home. He knows nothing. He knows nothing of the Saiyan life like that, except that he's a fucking battle hungry, you know, ape. That's all he inherited. The cells.
and also, just from his last point, really, the last episode kind of beat all those points home, because like. Mm-hmm. Do you know how insane? Like, cause I look at it like the Thanos thing too. Do you know how insane and just morally fucked up of a plan it is to say, you know what? To create a perfect society, we have to eliminate all of the weak. Because if you go outside right now and we just like, you know what? Me and I got to get rid of all the sick, all the homeless, all the old people, all the babies. Mm-hmm. Like, they're just all gone. They can't do anything without somebody else. If you can't do something without the help of anybody else, you're gone. So like in my estimation, from doing that and being grown up on a planet, your whole education being that as a concept, I don't think it's hard to take life. I think it's harder to do that because you have to show your human family that side of you.
Yeah.
How easy it is, because they're gonna look at you as a monster. It's more of that concept than anything. It's more that now Mark and Debbie have to look at him like an evil monster more than it. Yep. How easy it is for him to take life without even thinking. Because I don't even know if they've seen him beat and maybe destroy monsters, but I don't know if they ever before that point seen him Well, maybe they have, but I don't know if they've ever seen him like take a human life, especially a human life that was on their side at one point. He did it so effortlessly and so brutally. But that's not an image you can get rid of out of your mind. It's one thing to 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 um to destroy somebody. It's another thing to do it with that level of brutality too. The brutality really kind of beats home
that
the
adds
point
to
too.
it. Like the way that Viltrumites are so fucking like the way they fight.
Animalistic. Yeah, it's animalistic.
It's so bloody. It's so ultra violent. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm loving the energy in the stream too. Hold up, the Celtics were down. The Celtics are losing. So I'm gonna lose.
No, they won. They won. They came back from 30 points against my Spurs.
Omni-Man did mark like the flexing king. Yo, you fucking watched that guy. You watched him. But again, that was a real. I thought they executed it well though. All things considered. And
yep.
You still here? You busy? Is he here? I feel like he hasn't said nothing for a while.
He's on mute. He's on mute.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. There he is. He's
there.
Let me switch to my let me switch to my actual thing.
Oh, okay. Thought he was just whatever. But yeah,
You hear me?
Yeah, we get you.
Tatum dropped 60. Damn. So you late? I know you are late. You are late. You're here now. You're here now. I know everyone. I know other people were streaming and shit though, so it is what it is. Cause I was in Virgo stream earlier, but I stopped to come do my stream. But yeah, I thought it was all well executed. I thought all the emotional points hit, especially like seeing Debbie in the mud, like that's gonna hit. And then one thing that I like about Invincible too, and I think the show will do it too, is you don't really get that like soft reset in the new episode. Like all of these things kind of carry on into the thing. He said, Naya, Robot is the GOAT. I actually do like him. I like him a lot. So I don't like him because of the things that he's done here so far. Stuff later you'll see which makes me appreciate him, but I like Robot. Sorry, East, go ahead. I'm at least watching him real quick, so hold it down. Give me a sec.
Okay.
Go ahead, talk.
Yeah. So my favorite characters were, for even like first season, but I read the comments, not to spoil them. Like, I actually do, despite, cause I think in the comics, it's like extra stuff they give to like some of the new teens for the Guardians of the Globe, not the Guardians of the Globe, but teens, like they get more backstory to like Eve and like Rex Explode and like some other characters.
Yeah, I really felt like those guys were missing a lot of components to make them.
Yeah, because where I was reading that, and then I was like, okay, a little extra side stories for the characters, and you start seeing where some of them actually come from, like their origins. Then you start to understand the characters a little more. Like we understand Rex's like actual backstory, so it's like, okay, I can see why he kind of is kind of a dick, but he does like he develops too. Like all the characters develop even more. So it's like, okay, you know what, I can actually fuck Rex. So like he does some stuff later that's pretty fucking cool. So like Rex, Robot, Alan definitely the fucking GOAT, man. That's my nigga, man. I love that. I love that fucking alien. Mark just gets greater and greater. I'm not gonna spoil, of course, but it's just like he does stuff like it's like as a series progresses, it actually starts asking real questions. So I feel like the characters have actually grown later on. So it's like they start doing things. It's like, okay, you making the right choices. Not everybody may agree the way you're doing it, but it's like, or who you doing it with. Like, okay.
Well, I thought the story did a really good job from the first episode, or even from the trailer, kind of fundamentally setting up kind of like what the themes and narratives of the story. Because it's not only like what being a hero means, it's also asking you like you're gonna have to do things that you don't have to do. You're gonna be asking yourself, did you make the right decision? Like they're asking you stuff that's just beyond it, like, oh, being a superhero. It's touching on societal points, moral points, just all this different shit. And it's just like, and the rest of the things kind of like tie together with that too. Cause like the fact that like you're touching on like your dad being your enemy, genocide, all sorts of shit like that. All those are crazy questions to kind of ponder and shit like that. Like does loyalty and your does your loyalty and your race take precedent over your child and shit like that? Like it's asking you questions like that. Like that's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Mala Twins number 2. Mala Twins are hilarious. As soon as I saw Rex with duplicate, I knew he was a real one. You guys are fucked. No, he's not a real one. Fuck Rex. I don't feel bad for anything that happens to him. Fuck Rex. Oh boy, they're all they're dumb at the same time. Oh, so what would you guys say are some of your favorite moments from the first season? Favorite moments, dialogue.
I have a lot.
Oh, go ahead.
Honestly.
I'll go
So
first.
go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
Actually, no. I'll just highlight my main one is that well, I really like when fucking that nigga Omni-Man was fucking like Nolan was he was fucking folding the Guardians of the Galaxy because I really like the way it was like animated and how like the Flash was kind of dodging and stuff like that. Pseudo Flash, fake Flash. I like that, but my main thing was like they didn't really show when Nolan did the whole Flaxian thing in the comics. Like when he was going for that long, like he nigga was folding these niggas. They didn't show that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay. So like when they would show this nigga packing him the fuck up, I was like, oh my god. See, like this is what I'm talking about. It was like, oh, you think you gonna come back, huh? No, I got something. You gonna learn your lesson today. That nigga just went in, folded everybody. Say, see, this is what I'm talking about right here. This that nigga right here. I don't know how this means. Vince, you can probably go now because I just want to talk about that one moment right there.
Oh well, okay. So I'm not gonna be talking about the action scene. To be honest with you, I'm a dialogue guy. So for the very first episode, that conversation that the security guard was talking about with how his son and how he really changed stuff like that, I thought that was like really good. And I was just like, wow, that was kind of like really incredible for like a character that I have no reason to give a shit about. And to me, that was like a great exercise in telling you like how writing, emotional output, and shit like that really matters to me in storytelling. Because just like I have no reason to give a fuck about that security guard, but it also kind of reminds you that all these people have a story. Like like the people, even the little workers that end up getting brutalized and shit like that. It's just like they all had their reasons for be doing this, and they all have family stuff to go back to.
It's important that the world feels alive like that. Like obviously, this is the story of Mark Grayson, right? So don't get it twisted and stuff. But what I always appreciate about like a part of world building that people don't speak about is having the other characters just kind of live and do stuff. Where it's like things don't necessarily just happen when the main character arrives or main cast arrives or whatever. Things are constantly moving. So even though Mark and Nolan is there right now, these guys are doing a job. There's heroes, there's villains, shit's happening, people are in danger, right? I always gave my hero credit for shit like that because even when Deku was just trying to go like to school, like they're like, oh, like people are on the phone saying shit like, yo, I'm gonna be late for work. There's a villain and the subway's backed up. Like the world is alive. Everyone is living their own lives. Even if we're not focused or centered around it, people are still doing daily shit. So it's a good point.
So that the Omni-Man Mark baseball conversation, that was incredible. I also really like that. I like the Debbie and Mark conversation, even though I feel like could have been a little bit better. But it was still really good because it was just like he got a regular mom, superhero dad.
Hey, Ryan, was the voice acting was really good, but wasn't in Japanese though. Wasn't in Japanese though. Keep going, Vince. Don't worry about me talking shit.
And then I like the robot conversation with his real self and the copy clone he just made. That was really good. With that and the Mauler twins too. Obviously the very end is really good. I kind of for a little bit of a reason, even though I don't like the character at all, I kind of like the evil scientist guy conversation he was having in the classroom in the college.
Okay.
I don't know. I just found it interesting in a way. It was just like, because he was the only villain in the story so far. Oh no, I lie. Now I remember the other point. When Mark went around with the black guy, whose name I forgot. But when he went around with that guy and he was showing him, let me show you all the shit you don't see. And that was kind of like the difference between living as a human and living as a Viltrumite too. That gave you another perspective of why Nolan is so different.
Ooh, the duality. Hold on, the duality of man. Titan golden. Fuck Titan. Oh. The dual. Sorry, you go.
Oh, that was his name, Titan.
Yeah, the black guy.
Yeah, he was crazy. No, that was almost surprised me more than almost everything else that wasn't the first episode. To be honest with you, so they really got me with that shit. I was like, wow, he really the head honcho around here.
Yeah, that nigga flipped the script. I was like, hey, wait.
Nigga looked out the fucking the shit like he was the what's his name in the end of season 2 of season 2 of Luke Cage and shit. Sorry, give me 1 sec.
Cause that was real emotional manipulation. He really got Mark, showed him all this shit, showed him his family, then got him to get his ass beat and took over. Oh my god, that was sick.
Steve is amazing. Steve and him talking about his son was great. Hooked me when I watched it too. Low key, don't remember Steve from the comics. You don't?
And then you just got Omni-Man sitting at the top of the thing, watching Mark getting the ad like, hey nigga, I told you, hey, you want to listen, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, you can learn today.
Comic loves their Debbies. Mark's mom, Debbie the kid.
See, I had a question about that. I don't. Well, y'all probably can't tell me, but that made me wonder: do Viltrumites have the power to see through people's lies, or is it just because he's an extremely good liar or been through some shit like that before that he knew not to trust that nigga?
No,
Because that was really interesting.
They don't have powers like that. They're just strong and fast. And
Okay. So that was just experience and living a long life talking. Okay.
Like he could probably be very perceptive and stuff like that. Tighten a Goofy.
I mean, my god. Yeah, because he was fucking really. Because I was like that.
No, I'm reading the chat. Go ahead. Sorry.
It's fucking dog. No, you're good. It's fucking dog, dude. But no, because that was just like it was a really cold thing for him to say, but it's kind of. But at the end of the day, he was right. So it's just like, damn, he was right.
No,
so it's just like, yeah.
I want to attest something too, because Vince is like, I'm more of a dialogue guy. I am too. You know what I'm saying? Because I really like the conversation. You know, Debbie had with Mark is like, you used to tell me all this, that, and the other, but you know, I may not have superpowers, but I'm still your fucking mom, nigga. You know, like. Cause it's so funny. Mark like stepped up to her. He was like, she's like, go to your room. This, that, and other. She's like, go inside. He's like, make me. He's like, we really gonna do this, nigga? Cause you got superpowers. Really, we gonna do this? It's like, man, I'm sorry. I'm just mad and frustrated. She's like, you know, he's like, come on, come talk to me. They're like all the little sweet bones. Like, see, look, that shit like that. That's what will really be hitting me. Like, you know, getting me my feels and stuff like that. And then because I really do fuck with Debbie. She's God.
Debbie's top 5.
Yeah, like she's definitely like God to her mother, man. Like she held me down. Like some stuff that happens later and stuff like that. She just a really great mom, parent, just a good character in general. For real. It really be slapped.
I'm always partial to characters like that. I always like seeing good parenting. I'm also a fan of it. When Omni-Man asked Mark what would he have after 500 years, and Mark said he'd still have him. Yeah, I remember that line vividly. I was like, fuck. Like how?
That was different. I almost shed a tear.
Like
is that good?
Like that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that shit. Nah, but that nigga Nolan, when it's hard when you know characters like that be asking questions and they got a point, but you know they're not right. Like, you know, it's not right to kill somebody, right? Unless the circumstances call for it. But it's not right to kill somebody, right? And it's just like that.
To us. It's not right to kill somebody.
Morality, what this, not that have you. But what this nigga kind of brought up a point is like, okay, Mark, right? I kill him now or 50 years later. What's the difference, really? I'm saving him time. And I was like, that's
not right. That's all. It's just a very like nihilistic, destructive way of looking at it.
But wait, this also he's on his Patreon. I didn't even know he had a Patreon. I have to check that out. What I was gonna say is, see something like that makes sense to me if you have an incredibly long lifespan.
Exactly.
It's hard for you to comprehend something like that. I could understand if I live thousands of years on average, or people in my planet thousands of years, and you live like 50 to 100, like 100 on a good day, and y'all get mad, decrepit, and shit. Like, bro, I'm looking at y'all weird. Like, what's wrong with these people? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right?
Time works so differently for you. You can't comprehend having to live a certain way within such a limited lifespan. So that makes sense. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't cut you off.
No, you good.
This is mostly for y'all. Like I'm listening. I'm in the background, just like loving the chat and everything. Like I don't need to speak too much today. So
Oh, okay. But like for me, it's like yeah, that's a question they asked in a couple other shows I was watching. It's like
Mhm.
anytime like they were talking about like people living an incredibly long life, most of those people just kind of forget what it is. Like if they were regular humans at one point, they forgot what that was like, or just like yeah, you just don't look at human life the same because like if you're especially in like the show I was watching, they could be killed and be brought back in a different body. So it's just like, so yeah, who cares if you die? You can get brought back at a different form. So it's just like, yeah, if you're a human, we kind of look at life as just like we need to live life to the fullest because we only have a limited amount of time here. He's like, bro, I am going to be here forever compared to y'all.
Mhm.
So why should I care if you gone or not? Like, and also just kind of like how you look at death, right? What's the difference between you dying 50 years from now of old age than to me killing you now? Because at some point within that time frame, especially as a human, you can get killed at any point.
Yeah.
So he doesn't care. But also that made me wonder if like like we don't know his backstory all the way. So like we don't know if his parents got killed for being weak or anything. Because like I said, the education is different.
Mhm.
Because even if that happened, he might have not necessarily cared. Or maybe he did. Maybe he's always been different from the other villager mice. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I haven't gotten there yet.
They
But it'd
had
be
the cape
interesting to
on the
find out.
second Nolan did. Sorry. Keep what you're saying in mind. Omni-Man sees humans not that be marked the same way humans see ants. Now that's an interesting line because you literally reminded me of the Superman Shazam special that came out, and it says like, do you feel sorrow when you crush an ant? No, because you recognize yourself as a superior form of life form. You're not gonna cry for something on an ant type beat, and Viltrumites could very much be seeing humans in that same light. So that's a good point. I like that. Hold on. Get out the chat. Because obviously we said y'all not ready. Like y'all talking about trauma right now. This guy y'all in your feelings. This literally reminds me of Kubera fans saying like, when I retweeted that one meme, it's like you don't need therapy yet. Keep reading season 3. I'm like, dang, I didn't go through enough pain through the second season of Kubera. Like, so I feel it. I know what you guys are going through. So it is what it is, man.
Shit. They thought that nigga pulled the trigger. Nah. That nigga the Kirkman did not pull the trigger.
I cried during the ants movies. I didn't like. They were scary. I didn't like them. They scared me when I was a kid.
Really?
I love to talk
That
about
one
that.
nigga did.
Yeah, I love seeing comic book discourse. That's like nice. Like I haven't seen any stupid takes really. Like at most I think I seen like some Omni-Man, can he beat so and so? But I always expect that shit. Superman, could he be Superman? Like no, but I mean
Obviously, but the one that was really silly was could he be Bruce? We all know Bruce when the pack Omni-Man up.
I mean, honestly, nobody knows how strong Superman is because like the comic books and the
this
animated
is a very
TV show,
bad matchup for
animated
Viltrumites because physically they're not strong as Kryptonians, and you have to fight him in space where there's a yellow sun nearby when he's close to it. Yeah, good luck. These niggas don't shoot.
But also, it's just that like, right? Yeah, it's just that they just if you don't have kryptonite or fucking magic, you ain't really doing nothing to that nigga anyway. Not really.
Or red solar radiation. You need like one of the three, or all three.
Yeah.
You're not doing nothing.
Yeah. So it's just like it don't matter who you are. If you don't got one, 3 things, you ain't really beat that
Saw
nigga
the
anyway.
Omni-Man is brand Superman tweet again. That's fine. Again. I'm the only Superman fan I know like that. So it's not even like amongst people who don't even like actually fuck with DC. Like most people like Batman. I've been on this hill by myself since like 2008.
They don't really like Batman.
It ain't deep like that for me.
They don't really like Batman. They like that. They like the idea of Batman.
But yeah,
man.
But just because I'm a little interested to see where you guys think things are going. Do you have anything that you are kind of hoping to see happen or thinking is going to happen in the future, or in the next season? Like, what do you guys think? Just out of curiosity, I was wondering, picking y'all brains a little bit.
It's kind of hard for me to say. Like, I mean, obviously, I'm finna go read it at some point, so I'm gonna find out way ahead of time.
I'm sorry,
like
me and you, Yak. Me and you. Sorry.
But as far as like how I think right now, I'm kind of thinking that like maybe like we'll get a showcase of Nolan going to other world or something. something like that, or just dealing with other Viltrumites. Maybe we'll see different types of Viltrumites, different type of alien. But I don't know if they're all coming to Earth. But I struggle if they're coming to Earth or are we going to them.
Okay.
That's kind of where I'm at. Cause like we had Battle Beast, right? I need to know where that nigga come from. Are there more niggas like that? And he's one type of alien. And they got Viltrumites too. So we got literally two types of aliens that literally nobody on human can deal with. How are they gonna be able to deal with shit like that? Are they gonna get more allies?
And monster girls will say must be developed. I'm with that. I like that. That's a good answer. I like that answer. I need to see.
I mean,
Mark
shit, they could have.
I'm tired of Amber. I did see.
I mean, yeah, it already. I mean, they already basically they go do that anyway. Yeah. One thing I think they could have did better though, the animated show. If if fucking Eve and Mark are supposed to end up together, I feel like they could have played to that a little more because she's super independent.
I feel like the they did it like she kind of did her own thing. She doesn't feel as involved as I felt like she was in the comics. Where like I felt like the comics kind of I don't know if I want to say this because I could be a little bit ahead, so I'm not gonna say it now. I mean, make sure if I remember, I'll say it on Sunday.
So from my standpoint, it looks like this, right? Instead of her like, cause she's a little too distant if her and Mark are supposed to end up together. Cause I understand like she don't want to get in between him and Amber, right? Understandable, but you still could have played it in a way that's just like, oh, they start off as friends and then they. She's always there for him. She's always giving him advice. And she's just like that kind of that constant in his life. Especially now, he really needs that now. That's kind of one thing I kind of didn't like about the end of the show. It's just like, so y'all all know he got his ass beat by his dad, right? And his dad killed, not millions, but a bunch of people in front of him. And they kind of just asked, like, are you all right? Do you want to talk about it? Like, what the fuck? Like, do you know the trauma he just went through? Mm-hmm. Or, like, realistically, what he just went through? I was kind of like, that was kind of nonchalant. And, like, Amber, like, I don't really have a problem with Amber. That was a point I'm supposed to talk on, too. So, the whole Amber thing, right? I don't have a problem I don't have a problem with her feeling the way she feels. Her and Mark not being a match, right? Because that makes sense. He's a superhero. A superhero can't be a match for everybody. But I don't like the way, and like I don't know if it's any different in comic books yet. But I don't like the way they went about it because she was saying that like, oh, I already knew, but you lied to me. So, but that's the whole thing about being a superhero. Like, you got to protect your identity so the people close to you don't get killed. This, Vince, that, and the other.
You know how I am. That's not a real conversation. That's not real to me. That's not happening. Bro,
like that's crazy. Like to me, a better thing.
Did I throw hands against superpowered criminals? I'm not telling. I'm pissed that you know because now you're in danger. You're in danger.
Is that
what do you think they're gonna do the moment they can't get to me? Because they can't beat my ass. They're coming for your ass. You stupid motherfucking. So like, listen. Again, I understand why she feels what she feels, but you could not say that to me. I'll just fly out the window like, I have life to say. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm out of here. Like, don't you talk to me like that. I am not about to get this fucking mouth from you, and I'm throwing hands in the street, getting my ass beat. There's just no way. It's not. That's right. Mark, you ran away. I ran away? Nah, son. I called the police. What are you talking about?
The conversation to me should have been this. Mark, we can't be together because we live in two different worlds, and I want something that you can't give me.
Yeah.
That should have been the conversation.
Yeah. Amber's a fraud. Yeah. Amber's a... Whoa, pure life. Chill out. Mark, relationship is there. So, like, my women dependent. Amber ain't helping Mark when he's in trenches. Yeah. Amber is a fraud. I wish he didn't include that stupid soup kitchen. No BS. If I was Mark, I would have smacked her around a little. Wow. No, I was doing all that. I was just going to be like, wait a minute. Yo, fact! I'm not telling you my secret identity 5 months in. Like, who are you? We're in high school. Shut up. You're not telling you all that. You know, if you're my wife, it's a little bit. It's a much different thing. But by then, Mark will be so much more powerful. You know, Omni-Man type beat. So maybe. But hey, again, I understand how she felt the way she felt, but I don't like the way she came at it. I don't like the energy. I don't like what she said. Because I'm Mark. And again, Mark is obviously this is his first relationship. By the time I was Mark's age, I've been plenty, so you can't talk to me like that. And I was a different nigga in high school. I was a monster. So I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna go find Eve and fly off. I would have said that shit out loud. That was petty. Oh. But yeah. Gotta be engaged at least, I feel that. Soup probably tastes like piss anyways. Yeah, like, oh, you need to come to the... I'm like, yo. I'm time for this. But I did see, I think Sensei tweeted this. He said he didn't like that they've made kind of Amber be like the black woman archetype thing. I guess the mad. I don't know if you care to go there. I don't know if you feel that way. I didn't see that. I didn't go there in my mind.
No, I didn't see that either. I thought she had a reaction that a regular woman would have, to be honest with you. I mean, I thought that was realistic. I didn't like it, but I couldn't say it wasn't based on realism. A lot of women would react just like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you see it all the time, even without superpower. It's just like they know things, and yet they still mad about it, or they know things, they still looking at you like, oh, I was mad because you didn't tell me. But it's just like, it wouldn't have done me no good to tell you. And also, like, I told you now, and like, you know, the whole superhero thing, like, what the fuck? Like, nah, that shit would have pissed me off. I would be like, man, listen. You know what? You're right. We can't be together.
You don't see it like that, to be honest? Oh, tell me how you see it then, Mikey. I don't know how you see it. Like, at the end of the day, I'm really not trying to, like, I think she's totally justified in feeling the way she feels in terms of being lied to and whatnot. It's just, even if she's fucked up, if I'm dating someone who's a superhero and I figure that out, I'm not to be like, oh, you didn't care about me. Like, you're saving lives. What the fuck am I supposed to say to you at this point? What you're doing is so virtuous. I have to just hold that. Now, I don't have to stay in the relationship. I could be like, hey, you know, the world's more important. Save the world. I'll figure it out. Sure. I would never react like that.
See, that's what it was. That's what it was to me. I don't think she has the right to get mad about him being a superhero. What she should have just been like, listen, we just not a match. I want things that you can't give me. I want a regular boyfriend who can spend time, fucking put his attention on me. And my thing is, you gotta be bigger than me, and that's a problem. Unless you can put me first, and not all women can deal with that. It's like if you're a woman and you gotta date somebody who's a cop or in the military or something. It's a commitment to something bigger than yourself. Unfortunately, it's something that comes with the territory. If you're dating a superhero, it's the same thing. You gotta know you might be in danger. You gotta know he might die. You gotta know he might be gone all the time. It is what it is. And if you don't want that, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta want that. Nothing wrong with that. But you gotta decide it for yourself.
I mean, like, because I've seen this before, right? Like, Lois was like, you know, she struggled a lot with Superman in some runs because she's like, you know, you're so important for the world, right? It's hard. Flash too, because Flash is always. She's like, did you like, you know, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, you see that happen a lot, but that conversation, you need to have a certain level of maturity and stuff to really get into that stuff. And the reaction to him leaving episode 6 and she started crying doesn't make sense if she knew he was a superhero. That's kind of true. That's kind of a good point, actually. I didn't even pick that up. Speaking in terms of the show, that's a good point because she did. Yeah, I'll have to revisit that because I'll end up watching it again because I'm gonna watch this shit with my dad and stuff. So I'm gonna watch it again in one sitting. I know he's gonna mess with it. Voice acting, by the way, J.K. Simmons, he's doing such a good job. It's just funny because, like, seeing him on, like, you know, obviously seeing him as Tenzin and certain characters, and then obviously as some a little bit in the Justice League Snyder Cut. Now he's Omni-Man. He's been killing a lot of these roles. He's really good. Obviously, Steven Yeun, can't get mad at, can't go wrong with him.
My go.
Yeah. The only thing I would say in the show that I may not, it's not bad or nothing. I just don't really love is, like, the soundtrack hasn't, like, blew me away or nothing. I haven't, like, noticed it or not noticed it, which to me tells me, like, the soundtrack probably services the show, but it doesn't blow me away. So the soundtrack, the OST is probably, like, me, but I haven't really paid attention to like that. She tried getting mad at campus on campus to try to force to the confession despite already under the pressure, something like that. Okay, I get you. I hope season 2 is better in terms of animation. I think they'll probably get a better grasp on it. They might I don't know how their pre-production schedules go, but they might extend the staff a little bit more and stuff. Like I would expect at least a small general upgrade, at least by the 3rd season, maybe not season 2, because there's a part of me that believes that they've been working on season 1 and 2 at the same time, and they already knew at least season 2 would get announced. So I don't know if season 2 will look leaps and bounds better, but It's been good. There are some moments where I think it's a little weird. Like when Mark's first flight, I thought there was moments when he was flying, he just didn't look right to some degree. But it is what it is. Hold on. Yeah, Mark was good. Any closing comments? Anything you want to touch on?
For me, nah. I think I hit everything.
Hey man, shout out Adam Eve. Okay, that's premium milk. Yes, sir. Now I'm lactose. I'm drinking. Talk about why Rod is the GOAT. I want to, but the reason why I think Rod is the GOAT, you haven't seen it yet, so I can't say nothing. I'm keeping my mouth shut. Alan the GOAT, yeah, that's my guy. Alan the alien, that's my dude. It was a fun experience seeing seeing everyone's reactions and everyone's talking about it and everything. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like this like evil villain overlord just looking at the earth in the palm of my hand, watching everybody react to this, knowing how the events end, and I'm just like, simpletons. Type beats.
Little do you know.
You think Eve would do this? What a moron! No, I'm kidding. But yeah. Oh, it's so fun. It's so fun. Yeah. For you, some of y'all who've recently read it, it's fresh in y'all head, so I get that. So, but even like seeing some of the theories and stuff, and people trying to guess on power sets and what's gonna happen with relationships, interpersonal relationships. I see some people say, "Yo, Debbie gonna go to space and find that dude." I'm like, "Yo, so much." I love it. I love all of it. I'm having such a good time. I need more of this. I need more of this. If I could get this for those series I'd love to see it. But yeah, exactly. Rub the hands. Yes, sir. Viltrumites in 6? Nah, at least 5. That's gentleman sweep. You could DM me a question. Go ahead. I'll definitely give the first season an 8, maybe a bit high after a rewatch. I don't think an 8 is wrong. I think 8's appropriate. I'd probably give it an 8.5, 8 around there. I don't think about it, but I had a good time. Any closing comments from you, Mr. Vanitas?
No, really good show. I really liked it, and I really hope that it continues on, and I hope we get more. I hope this will be a catalyst for more stuff. I'm so excited for a lot of stuff that's supposed to come out. We need more comic book animated TV shows just like this. I hope this is groundbreaking. I'm hoping for more book adaptations too, in a really good way too. So I'm hoping for a lot of that. I think that's all really good content. Bring the stuff to life.
She's like a pet.
So
Eve got the milky thunder thighs. Listen, premium. I know Percy Jackson. I don't know if the TV. I never seen the TV show. I know Percy Jackson though. Yeah, I am aware. But something I feel like I want to save. I like a final thing to say. Empowered HBO adaptation. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Oh, the TV show coming out. I want issue 3 of Coffin Bound. Coffin Bound is a little weird because I know it's kind of hard to grasp, but I fell in love with like the first issue. I really like it. I like Black Sails, so that's good. I like Black Sails, so I'll pick it up. They said Saga, you foldable? Saga, you foldable? We're gonna see Alana and crispy nice. That would be clean. That would be so clean. Oh man. Saga, man, I just don't understand how they could leave me on that cliffhanger for like 4 fucking years, dude. Like, what the fuck?
Brian K. Vaughan.
2018, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Jesus Christ Almighty, man.
I'm gonna beat that nigga ass, man. If you ain't slick, you say everybody catching these hands. Y'all both catching these hands.
Yeah. But all right, on Sunday when I'm doing the Watchtower, if not Sunday, it'll be Monday, but probably Sunday I'll do the Watchtower stream with the comic book podcast stuff with Glam and whoever wants to come in. But I will likely have I'll probably talk about the comics and Invincible a little bit, but I'll let you guys know when we're gonna talk about it, or I'll save it to the end maybe. And I don't know how many of you guys watch DC animated stuff, but ever since the Apocalypse War movie, DC animated movies reset the timeline again starting with Man of Tomorrow, which I think is one of the best Superman origin stories ever told on screen. I think it's really good, very interesting, a lot different. They had Deathstroke, Knights and Dragons. That was really good. And they recently had the Justice Society World War II, which takes a lot of inspiration and things from Flash of Two Worlds. I watched that the same day I watched the Demon Slayer movie. I'm going to talk about that too on Sunday. So if anybody wants to, like, you know, I'm not to give you homework, but if at least watch the Justice Society movie. It's with Flash going back in time and crossing over to another alternate Earth and stuff, and like World War II and everything. And obviously because of Wonder Woman and Gal Gadot, happy birthday, baby. My baby. You know, Wonder Woman's been being pushed to the forefront, and you know how Wonder Woman has extreme hands. She has some of the best action sequences in that movie. It's crazy. So, yeah, your homework if for Sunday, I guess, is watch Justice Society, World War II. But yeah, it's good shit. It's good shit. Have you heard of Ranger's Apprentice? If I get a Ranger's Apprentice anime series, I go stupid. No, I haven't heard of that. Man of Tomorrow. You see anime movies are on arrival into the heavens. You mean Flashpoint? No, not Flashpoint. She has no cheeks. She that pretty though, you know? Like, I hear you though. I hear you. I'm an ass man. I need that. I hear you. No, not Flashpoint. Flashpoint was for the New 52 reboot when we started with the New 52 characters and Superman and stuff, and that started with, I think they started with the Throne of Atlantis War. No, the Dark Side Justice League movie. I'm talking about the Dark Side War, where they essentially quote unquote lose or they win with like too much damage and Flash resets it again. And this is very, very recent. The latest 3 DC anime movies have completely different animation from what you're kind of used to. It's not using that kind of Young Justice style. They've actually overhauled it, and I think it looks a lot better, especially in motion. But anyways. Yeah, but look at her. Look at Gal Gadot, man. She could drool in my mouth. I gotta go.